Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. We're getting back into the Sierra craze and the Quest for Glory series, to be specific, with Shadows of Darkness. With me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, and happy Easter to anybody and everybody who celebrates Easter. I fully recognize not everybody does. I didn't do jack shit today as far as anything like that. Actually, I wound up sleeping most of the day because I didn't get to sleep till about, I think I actually officially got to sleep about 6 or 7 o'clock this morning. Oh shit, Sen's back. Oh boy. This'll be interesting. Just in time to go with the dark and, the very dark and the dark and Slavic, Quest for Glory game. And the first one that is fully voiced, with John Rhys Davies as the narrator, as Gamer's Grotto is very, very often comments and just dearly enjoys. And he does a great job at it. I will say this: he does a great job as the narrator. He is fantastic in that. So, minor gripe of the day. Minor gripe. Well, not so minor gripe, really. Went to Meijer. Went to the local Meijer store, and they've been redoing the entire store. Like, they're redoing all the shelves, all the signs, all the lights, all the flooring, the whole 9 yards. They are redoing everything in the store. So it's hard to find things at times. They're shifting everything around. I went in to look for my usual week worth of drinks, which usually costs about $10. Well, went in there and they had signed, they didn't have any in the cold section. It was only in the shelf section, so it's like, okay, not a huge deal. I'll take it home, put it in the fridge, get it cooled down and everything by game time. Problem is the one that I usually get that's $1.99 and the 14% alcohol by volume sold out. The one that they didn't have an actual tag telling me its proper price, which was $2.99. They had a tag up there for something that they don't carry, that they've never carried, that was $1.99. So yeah, it was needless to say, I was not exactly happy when I got up to the cash register, started scanning it, and it's like, oh, this is actually $2.99. It's like, well, shit. Fuck it, I'm already here. I'll go ahead and get it this time. If they don't have my regular, I'm leaving and going to the going to the gas station that's actually right down the street where it's like $2.70 a can rather than $2.99. But what really blew my mind was looking at some of the other stuff. And they had like a 24-ounce can of hard seltzer that somebody printed out a tag and put it up there right underneath this 24-ounce can of hard seltzer that said that the price was $999.99. For 5% alcohol by volume hard seltzer. Who the hell is paying $1,000 for that? Who the hell in their organization is saying, "Oh yes, we're going to set the price at $1,000 fucking dollars"? That's insanity. That is just flat out insanity. And somebody, like I said, somebody printed out this tag and was like, "Yep, okay, this is what they're telling me to put here, so I'll put it here." It's like, no. Don't be stupid. But yeah, just insane stuff. So yes, yes, Micah, we're going back to get Quest for Glory. Now to catch everybody up, in case you missed quite a bit. We've been through Spielberg, where we had to help break the curse of Baba Yaga on the Baron, get rid of the brigands, get rid of all the enemies, find all of his kids, stuff like that. Then we went to Shapir, where we we were quested with protecting Shapir from the elementals. Then go to Razir, the sister city of Razir. Find out what happened to the old emir and stop the badness, basically. And number 3, it was stop the war between 3 different factions that would have caused a lot of death and a lot of wayward magic that would have released even more demons, because there was one demon that was out. We managed to stop it. Everything's cool. But then we got possessed, and that was where it dropped off. And that is where we are going to pick up today. So let's go ahead and get on into it. See, I would agree with that initially, I would agree with that initially, Sin, that, yeah, it was, some dumb, stupid kids doing, just following the orders blindly. Except for the fact that there were multiple ones that were set at like $1,000 for a can of something. It's like, are you fucking crazy? So yeah, we don't get much. We don't get much in the way of build up. So we're gonna import the live stream edition from Quest for Glory 3.
Your character has been successfully imported. Welcome to Shadows of Darkness.
Your character has been imported as a thief. Only if this is incorrect, indicate your profession below. Otherwise, select continue. Continue. So yes, as you can tell, we did have 300 strength. We didn't have 300 agility. I kind of fudged the numbers here a little bit. Obviously increased our lock picks because there's only so much you can really increase your lock picks in these games because there's not a lot of locks to pick. So see, even though we absolutely rocked it with learning acrobats and agility and stuff like that. Like I worked out every day with doing agility and stuff like that. It still just kind of like boned me on that. So we'll put 50 towards communication, 50 towards lock picks because I'm pretty sure everything else we can sort out.
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place, the only illumination, an eerie green glow. You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions. Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
I don't think you really had any luggage.
The desiccated corpse is half buried in the rock of the cave floor.
Yay?
You search the desiccated body. The only still usable item is a dagger which you pick up. However, lying around the bones are some coins. 5 golden coins, each have a crown stamped onto them. And 13 small copper coins, each stamped 1 kopeck.
Right. So we've already got a weapon and some money. That's good. Looks like there's some more bodies laying around.
A brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock, which you take, and some coins, 3 crowns and 13 kopecks.
Hard gray rock, which you take, because why not? Everybody picks up just random gray rocks, right?
Find 30 assorted copper and gold coins on the body.
Wait, so 30 copper and 30 gold, or... I don't think, yeah, so I was gonna say, I'm like, that doesn't sound quite right. So, aha, it's flint. You have a small gray piece of flint, much like the one described in your famous adventure survival course manual for in the fire starting section. You vaguely remember something about using flint and steel together. Well, okay, these definitely look like torches.
You strike sparks off the flint using your dagger. Torch soon begins to burn, almost as if by magic.
Well, now that's kind of curious, isn't it? Granted, I could have used my magic to just like...
Strike sparks off the flint using your dagger. Torch soon begins to burn, almost as if by...
Yeah, we kind of covered that. So, since I got points for that one, I'm willing to bet we're supposed to pick up this
You take the torch. It seems to be a kind of stone valve acting as a door to the passageway beyond. You are in a large cave, dimly lit by...
Yeah. Okay. Can we open the door? I'm going to increase the detail. We'll keep that. There we go. That's much better. Yes. Move it, buddy.
You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through. You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south.
So how much do you think they had to pay to get John Rhys Davies to say you forced the sphincter open with your dagger? Because I can't see that being something that is just, gonna be, that just rolls off the tongue, that everybody's like, oh, I hope I get to say that.
Those scratches on the cave floor look deliberate. They must be a thief mark. You're in the heart. Those scratches on the cave floor look deliberate. They must be a thief mark.
Okay, but I'm trying to remember what the... Oh, what are the thief marks? Oh... I'm trying to remember what the actual thief marks were.
A flock of winged creatures emerges from the cave entrance, and they don't look friendly.
Oh, shit. Okay, alright.
In a bitter battle, you were better than the badders. You kicked some butt, too.
I swear they came up with the most bizarre...
The badder wasn't carrying any valuables. Besides, its body is really gross.
Yes, thank you. Let me... hang on here. We're gonna... Yep, okay, you there, okay. Let me open up the actual, Let me open up the manual real quick and see, because I know it tells us, like, what the thief marks are. Okay, let's see here. Using thief skills, trying to show, okay. Because they are supposed to be, like, very specific, like... But I guess they don't actually tell you what those, what they are. Okay, fine. Probably just telling us, hey, look, get the fuck out of here. Get out.
A heavy rope bridge spans the deep chasm.
Okay.
You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm.
No, see, it's not a pirated copy. It's actually from Good Old Games. So they actually do include the, Whoa, Mr. Grabby here.
Just barely made it across the pit.
Save it for Dr. Strange, mister.
A massive pillar.
Alright, let's keep on going. Oh.
You slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws.
Yeah. Why does it look like a worm with teeth?
You are alive. Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions I want to ask you, but I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Modavia. The town is due north of here. Be careful. There are many bad things wandering around. Good luck. Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
I have a lot of questions about the way she said that. Only one person has ever walked out of there alive. Define alive. Also, Stu, I think it's mostly because of her accent. Her
The
accent.
path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it.
Look, you're supposed to be very agile. Nope, never mind. Okay, so we've gone over 1. Now we've gone over 2. So north. Oh, hello. Well, definitely has kind of the October feel to it, doesn't
The
it?
faces on the jack-o'-lanterns glow like malevolent demons, waiting for an unwary victim to come within their grasp.
Well, all except for this guy. This guy seems pretty worried, and this guy just seems kind of dopey, just kind of like in shock. This one seems very scared. This one just looks sleepy.
You take an ear of the corn and put it away in your pack.
Corn? Yay!
The Scarecrow looks almost as if it were alive and waiting. The straw hands have taken on a skeletal appearance, and the head now looks like a skull.
It might be a skull.
You can't take the Scarecrow. That would be strawberry. That...
Right!
You deftly slip over the gate and into town.
Damn right.
You! How did you get here? Why are you here? Few strangers come to Modavia. I am the Burgomeister. It is my job to know everyone and everything that goes on here.
Really? Everyone and everything. Well, allow me to introduce myself.
The Burgomeister stares at you suspiciously. You tell the Burgomeister about how you came here.
Do you expect me to believe such a story? That you could walk out of that cave alive? That the cave would be open? Tell me no more lies.
No, I'm serious. Look, I am a hero, sir. I do not usually lie.
My name is Dmitri Ivanov. I am the Burgomeister of this town.
Right. What does that mean?
Modavia is a valley surrounded by mountains. There used to be a road which led from here, but heavy rains have created a swamp at the base of the mountain south of here. No wagons can get you in or out, nor can any person, except perhaps you.
Well, I'm a hero. I'm kind of a badass. Just saying. Right, Stu? Yeah, ask me no more questions. I'll tell you no more lies.
This is the town of Modavia. There is an inn and a shop down the street where you can spend the night or get some supplies and be on your way. The sooner you leave, the
How?
better for all. There are many dangers in Modavia, and we certainly do not need a stranger to stir up new troubles.
Okay, but how am I supposed to leave if nobody can get in or out? Number one. Number two, why do you have an inn when there can't be any visitors? Shouldn't everybody have a home? I mean, yeah, maybe it's more of a bar type situation, but why an inn? Do they frequently have people spend the night there when they don't want to go home? 'Cause yeah, little iffy there.
The Hotel Modavia has rooms and food. It is safe place to spend the night. The shop does not carry much. We have been cut off from supplies for a while now. Still, you may at least restock your food rations before you continue with your travels.
Yeah. So, these dangers, how much dangers are we, I kind of wish I could, Stu. I kind of wish I could, Tone. Nope. Yeah, I will gladly leave if you just hand over all the money in the city, all the money in the village.
There are many strange and dangerous creatures that live in Modavia. Trust nothing. The gates of this town are closed at sunset.
Yeah, I know.
Do not let yourself get caught outside after dark, for few can survive a Modavian night or remain sane enough to speak of it.
I can climb over those gates. Those gates are not difficult to climb over.
Just leave Modavia quickly. No good comes from outsiders, and we do not want you here.
Oh, so you speak for everybody. That is so great. All right. Well, first things first, let's explore around. Oh, wait. You know what? We should be sneaking.
As you enter the northern part of the town, you hear the sound of a chisel chipping away at a stone block. A man is carving gravestones at one end of the street. Your attention quickly moves from the stone carver to the ominous Gothic building in the center of the street. There is definitely something not right about this structure.
Yeah. Might be the hectopod with two maces. And it covered with bugs and beetles and all sorts of just, yeah.
From the hump on his back to his twisted body, this is either the Hunchback of Notre Dame, a mad scientist lab assistant, a gravedigger, or an Elvis impersonator.
Why not all four? Hello? Oh, wait. Sorry, I should introduce...
He looks at...
No, I didn't want to say... Why would you put say goodbye above greet?
The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work.
Let me introduce myself.
You introduce yourself to the gravedigger.
Me, Igor.
Oh, you can talk!
You make the peculiar motions of the thief sign to Igor.
You make fun of Igor or what?
Yes?
Building was Adventurers Guild. No adventurers, no guild.
Okay. Makes sense.
Town Modavia, this north part of town.
Really? I never would have guessed.
Oh, this day job. Also work graveyard shift. Little graveyard humor there.
Very little. Very little.
Igor dig graves in cemetery. Igor put dead person in grave. Igor cover dead person with dirt. Igor put headstone on grave. Oh, plenty job security around here. Business is piling up. Little graveyard humor there. Again.
Again? Why was that? I would love to know the reason for that being so... again. Why was that so choppy? Why not just... A little graveyard humor there? Again? Kind of sounds like he was... Why does Igor look like he is waiting for somebody to give him a big fat kiss? He's just like...
Oh, Igor not hear rumors. Igor not no stranger in town. Igor not no doctor make strange things in lab. Igor not no funny man in inn not funny. Igor not know many things. Igor not hear many things. Bad building. No go there. Bad.
I don't know. He always kind of reminded me of Kermit the Frog. I mean, number one, his voice kind of sounds like Kermit the Frog. And he kind of has that look of like Toad from the X-Men. Like the comic Toad, not the movie Toad.
This weather-beaten boarded-up door once sported a painted sign, but you can no longer read it. You don't notice it. It's completely silent beyond the door. The door is locked.
I don't know.
You can't get.
Oh, come on. I can't
The
climb.
window.
Fine.
You force the guild door open. It breaks right off its hinges.
Ha! My bad. Wait, how did it close? How did it close?
You read in the adventurer's log about some of the exploits of past adventurers in Modavia. Prominent among them is the story of Pyotar and the Dark One's cult. Near the end of the book, Pyotar tells how he led the armies against the Chernovi cult outside the Dark One's cave. The fighters were trained soldiers, but the cult members fought like madmen. Suddenly the cult members changed their forms and became grotesque monsters. Many of the soldiers panicked and ran. The battle was nearly lost. Then Pyotar heard the voice of Irana. "By all my will, I banish you to..." The voice was cut off. The cult members screamed and ran. Pyotar entered the cave and searched for some sign of life. All he could find were the grotesque remains of cult members. The only sign of Irana was her magical staff lying on the ground. Pyotar picked it up and left the cave, knowing that Irana was beyond his help. Pyotar then tells how he brought the staff back to town and placed it in the town square. A garden of flowers instantly sprang up around it. Near the end of the book, Pyotar tells that he was going to seek out the rituals of the Dark One and destroy them. There are no later entries.
Right, that sounds pretty bad.
That would be a lot easier if the desk had a drawer.
But you didn't tell. Why give us the option to open the desk drawer if there is no drawer?
You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. It's almost become a habit by now.
You've only done it twice. He's only done it twice because there was no Adventurers Guild in... There was no Adventurers Guild in Tarna.
Which book do you want to read?
I want... Hero
As
Magazine?
you scan through Hero, the Journal of General Job Adjusting, you find quite a bit of information that might be useful here.
Really?
There are a series of articles about the land of Modavia. The town originally grew up around Castle Borgov. The Borgovs were the boyars, or local noblemen, assigned the role of guarding the area from invaders. The chapter on fauna
How'd that go?
describes a number of interesting creatures. The Necritor is a vicious carnivore with big, sharp teeth. Some of the other monsters sound even more horrific. In the forest lives the Lishi, a creature known for playing practical jokes on travelers and playing riddle games, but which can also be helpful to those it likes.
Aha.
Learn about the Rosalka, the spirit of a murdered unmarried woman.
There you go.
Such spirits are said to inhabit lakes and rivers. They try to avenge themselves by drowning any man foolish enough to approach them.
Why
You
only
could
men?
really learn a lot by reading this magazine thoroughly instead of just browsing through it. Isn't it nice that we included a complete copy in your game box?
Yes? Yeah. I mean, what? Number one, why does the Rusalka only go after men? You saying that women can't be attracted to women?
The book turns out to be an advertising brochure. It says, "I, Dr. Cranium, predict that someday one of my descendants will become the subject of a major computer game. The Castle of Dr. Brain from Sierra Online." Jeez, how cheesy can you get?
I want to believe. I want to believe that that was not in the script. I really want to believe that that was not in the script, and that was just that was John Rhys Davies Oh, good God, how cheesy can you get? I mean, the man is a good enough actor. I'm pretty I have no doubts he could actually read that from the script and still, and still make it sound like he's just like, are you fucking kidding me? You guys are, this is bullshit. You guys are children. Creative casting.
The book is all about using spells in unusual and creative ways, such as calming a fire, using alternate flame and frost spells to make something brittle and break, and so on. You pick up a number of useful tips which will improve your spellcasting.
That would have been pretty handy had you told us that back at the beginning of Quest for Glory 2, when we actually needed to do stuff like that in order to get through the wit. Talk Fu.
This book teaches the ancient Oriental art of Talk Fu. How to overcome opponents by attacking them with the unpronounceable names of martial arts forms and confusing them with fortune cookie wisdom. You get lost somewhere between karate and kuksul.
Okay, sure.
Hey, this isn't a lending library.
Who's gonna complain? There's nobody around. Fine. Give me this.
Pick up the rope and grapnel set and
Yes, we
a
picked.
large ring is securely attached to the ceiling.
All right. Might as well practice our climbing, right? Up and up and up.
Someone has deliberately scraped these marks into the ceiling.
Okay, now see, this one makes sense. It's a spider walking sideways. It's a spider walking on a tightrope, and we need to look up at it, right? There's only the 4 legs because it's like the perspective.
The wall.
No, take the grapnel.
A portrait of an adventurer long gone hangs on the wall here. A small plaque at the base reads, Pyotar, Paladin.
Right.
The painting shows a proud-looking adventurer standing on an obviously defeated dragon. It might have had more impact if the dragon wasn't just as obviously winking. The plaque says, Wish you were here in Silmeria, Dunstan.
It's Silmaria.
The finely crafted sword rests within this case, but there doesn't seem to be a door or any way to open the case. A plaque reads, Break glass in emergency. There's no sign at all of a crack or seam in this case. You can't find any way to open it, or even a place to slip in your dagger.
How did they...
The case is totally sealed. You can't find any way to open it.
So punch it! Punch it! I am arguing with John Rhys Davies' pronunciation because, goddammit, it is Silmaria. Because that's where we're going in the next game.
You straighten out...
No, the desk. The desk. Search under the desk. Right, so... left, down, up, right. And then up a ladder. No. My Schwartz is far too big to fit into something that doesn't even have a crack. Alright, so... Damn it, now you made me forget. Left, down, up. Yeah, left, down, up, right. Okay, left, down, up, right. There. And that opens it up. And because they're thief marks, I think we know what we're going to find in this little passageway.
You climb down the ladder into a seedy-looking room. A massive door blocks off a smaller room in the rear. This isn't as dusty as the Adventurers Guild, and the torches look recently lit. Your eye is drawn to the Thieves Guild recruiting poster on the back wall. It gives you fond memories of your home guild.
No, I'm pretty sure this place is much even though it's empty, this place is much classier than the Thieves Guild in Spielberg. Can I? Oh! I'll just...
Examine the metal grate on the floor. It might be a drainage grate, but it's strange that there should be two of them right next to each other.
Well, unless
This is a drainage grate. Strange that there should be two of them almost next to each other.
Well, okay, could you, like...
On close examination, you find some scratches that might be thief marks behind the side drain.
Right. Go to the barbecue and look under it. No.
Rummaging around under the floor drain, you find a round knob with a point on one side, which you pick up. Thieves have had to clean up after themselves since a few unfortunate accidents with maintenance personnel.
That is just... I'm sorry, you just, like, reached down into this drainage thing, and they're just like, yep, I am totally gonna just, like...
The double doors are locked shut. The lock itself looks sophisticated, but the door has a simple sliding latch. If you had the right tool, you think you could easily slip the latch.
See, I'll tell you what, Stu. We will buy the Dragon's Breath in the next game. In Quest for Glory 5, we will buy the Dragon's Breath.
You slip the guild membership card between the doors
Deal?
and unlatch the lock. Your guild card. Don't leave home without it. There are a number of fascinating books.
They're still
about
really
thief
on the
techniques
Visa
on the
thing, aren't they?
bookshelves. Of special interest is the one on disarming traps. It says that with a new Mark II Thieves toolkits and a bit of skill in picking locks, you can locate and disarm almost any mechanical trap.
Yeah, and it's much
In the
easier in
section
this
on
one.
surviving magical traps, the book suggests taking up religion. There is also a book on thief marks that tells you all about this secret language of thieves. You learn a number of new symbols and combinations.
Really? Really? So you're just now telling us about the thief marks?
Now that you've replaced the safe knob, the Filch safe looks ripe for the cracking. You know, kind of like a walnut. You don't have any rations. To open the safe, you will need to spell out the combination with alternating right and left turns.
Right. Filch Safe Co. Filch.
You quickly rifle the opened safe. Unfortunately,
Big
it looks as though
brain.
legions of Thieves Guild initiates have been here before you, as all the money is gone.
Of course.
You do find 5 throwing daggers placed here for, well, safekeeping. The only other usable thing in the safe is a single lockpick, half buried in dust in one corner. You grab the lockpick and the daggers. The well-worn oak desk looks as though it could conceal 1,000 secrets. Most of the drawers appear to be fakes. The one real drawer is locked.
All right, first things first, search for traps.
You've found a particularly diabolical poison gas trap. Fortunately, it's just like one of those described in the book on traps, so you are able to disarm it.
Well, good. Well, now pick the lock.
That did it. The lock springs open with a satisfying snick.
Damn
Inside
right it
the
does.
desk, you find a complete and hardly used Mark II Thieves Toolkit. It has all the latest facilities for opening the toughest locks, cracking safes, and disarming mechanical traps. There is one lockpick missing from the set, so you add yours to it.
Wait, there's one log. How is
You
it a
also find
complete
a
set?
fancy match set of 3 throwing daggers, which you add to your collection. Finally, you find some sort of diary or logbook in the desk. The title of the book reads, Memoirs of a Master Manipulator. Modest, eh? You take it out and set it on the desk, but it's a little heavy to carry around with you.
How is it a complete set if it was missing a lockpick that I had to replace with my own? Like,
You leaf through the chief thief's logbook. An interesting entry speaks of a proposed night raid on the castle. The guild members would use the secret passage to avoid notice. You wonder which secret passage that might be. A later entry in different handwriting indicates how far the guild had declined recently. It seems to be just a bunch of doodling and some nonsense words. It says, Bad boys yell, good girls giggle, rich girls run. Not quite on the same standard as a nighttime castle raid. One of the final entries says, Fred and Frank caught out at night without hooks. Fred is dead and Frank sank. I'm the last. An ambitious thief will try to prosper by hook and by crook. The log closes with some incoherent ramblings about passing the deadly tentacled beast, then the horror, shadows of darkness enfold me, madness and mockery in the dark one's chamber. Sounds as though the author was in a chemically modified state.
well, that's just rude, sir. All right.
Ah, you found a hidden...
Of course I found a hidden safe. Let's
You
disarm
set
the
up
trap.
the thieves' toolkit and try to disarm any traps that
All
may be
right.
on the safe.
Come on, sneaky fingers. All right, we're going to go green. We're going to go green. 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 No, not red. Okay. Yes, there we go. Finally.
You have successfully disarmed the safe.
Yeah, it's a big kitty cat. It's a kitty cat, really.
Using the Mark II toolkit, you quickly manage to get the safe open. Inside you find 6 crowns, a throwing dagger, and a potion labeled Poison Cure. They seem a fitting reward for your efforts, so you take them.
I wouldn't say that they're fitting rewards.
You found a hidden safe. Good work.
Disarm
You
the
set
trap.
up the thieves' toolkit and try to...
All right, we're going red this time. I'm pretty sure... Okay, we just need one more red. One more red somewhere. And we'll... I mean, that's a two-way
You have
win.
successfully disarmed the safe.
That means I should get extra money out of the safe, right? Right?
You crack the safe using the Mark II toolkit. You take the healing potion, throwing dagger, and 5 crowns someone was foolish enough to leave inside.
Nice.
Some barrels have been stacked. There's nothing in these barrels. You depress the barrel tap, but nothing comes out. Instead, the barrel slides across the wall to reveal some sort of mechanism.
Aha!
This is a door unlocking mechanism. To operate it, push each of the tiles until all 9 tiles have been set to the correct pattern to open the door.
Right. So as bad boys yell, good girls giggle, and rich girls run.
So, you found my secret passageway. You must excuse me. I'm not quite myself anymore.
Ugate?
Oh, don't worry. I won't hurt you. It is good to talk to someone again. It has been so very long since anyone has been here. Ah, but I'm forgetting my manners. Welcome to Modavia. I am the chief thief here. I'm also the only thief here other than you, but that is beside the point.
So, shouldn't I be chief thief since I'm like, human?
Pleased to meet you.
Hi.
It's so good to have someone of my own kind to talk to again.
I bet it is. Allow me to provide my resume.
Interesting. You have had a good deal of experience. If you study up on trap disarming and thief signs, you will have almost every skill you need to become a master thief. Perhaps even a chief thief like myself.
If I go and get a big enough fly swatter, I'm pretty sure I could be chief thief right now.
You are a very brave and honorable man to offer such a thing. Are you certain you are in the right profession? Do you want to be a thief or some kind of a hero? The two roles are usually mutually exclusive, you know.
Usually, but not in my case. I am a man of multiple shades and dimensions.
Feeling like an idiot, as you generally do when making the sign, you go through the motions of performing the thief sign to the monster.
Well, of course you're a thief, or you wouldn't be here, idiot. Tuck that elbow in tighter on the belly rub next
Wait, the
time.
belly rub? No, it was... Wait, wasn't it pat your head, focus on your thumb, wiggle your... Yeah. What do you mean, belly rub? And why would you tuck your elbow in on the belly? That just... Yeah. You know what? Never mind me offering to help you. You can go fuck yourself, pal.
My name? Oh, you can call me Chief. No point in being informal here just because no one else is around.
Kind of a dick thing. Okay,
There is a little-known secret way into the castle that I will someday reveal to you when I think you are ready.
Again, can I point out the fact that I only have 2 legs and I actually have 2 arms? And, a groin in general.
This was once a thriving training ground for new thieves. They would come from miles around to learn the trade here. If only we were not completely cut off from the rest of the world, this would be the greatest thieves guild in the whole world.
Okay, you have an opportunity to be the greatest thieves guild in the world because I am now a member. Check my card. Thank you very much. But, I mean, who's gonna follow a cockroach?
After I became such as I am, many of the members left. One thief said that I was no longer fit to be chief. After I showed him how fast I could throw daggers with these feet, he didn't say much. Never said anything again, as a matter of fact. The ones that left said they felt uncomfortable around me. Fools! Do they think this is some sort of brotherhood of man? This is a brotherhood of thieves! They should be uncomfortable around me.
There has to be honor
Soon
among
it was
thieves.
just me and 2 others. They decided to explore the castle after the new owner moved in and never returned. So now, there's only me and you.
Sorry, new owners. No, see, Stu, that was a raid on the castle that was in the book. I wish there was a can of raid somewhere in here. I mean, just a bug bomb, I'd climb out and be like, okay, I'll see you later, Chief. Just toss the bug bomb back in, close the little passageway, and be like, yep, smoke them out.
You mean this passage behind me? It leads out of town under the bridge near the gate. You can use it to get out of town, but you cannot get back in. The door can't be opened from the outside.
See, and there goes that idea. We can't bug bomb him even because he's literally in front of the passageway that leads out of town. He'd leave. He'd just leave, and he'd find some way of sneaking in at night. I'm sure. Sneaky little cockroach.
You have to be very careful with traps. Always check for them first. Take your time disarming them. One mistake can be your last.
Ooh, you know what? That's a good point, because we saw one in Spielberg. We saw one in Razier. We bought one in Tarn, and there's only supposed to be 4 of them.
We are not exactly set up right now to fence stolen items. There are several places around the town where you might be able to find a bit of loose cash, though. I will tell you what. You go out and steal something from someone in town and come back and tell me about it. If it sounds like you know your basic thief skills, I will let you know where the really good places are.
Fine. How'd you get to be the way you are?
Do you like it? I'm afraid it is not very becoming. And to think I once despised cockroaches.
Most people do.
It would be too dangerous for you to help me. If I, a master thief and chief of a major guild, dare not go back to the monastery, you would be wise not to even think of such a thing.
So... Go and check out the monastery. Gotcha.
I made a terrible mistake and broke into the monastery one night. It had been abandoned for years, and I thought maybe something had been left behind there. I discovered a secret passage to the basement. That place gave me the creeps. I felt like something was watching me all the time. When I got to the basement, I discovered a small statue I could easily take. When I tried to pick it up, I felt very, very dizzy. When I awoke from my faint, I looked like this. You can imagine my horror.
Now, see, Stu, Brazier, it's a very easy mistake. I mean, you know, Razier was the only place where we actually got to see some tits. Well, it was the first place where we actually got to see some tits. I'm pretty sure our hero got to see some tits from his kind of, sort of, but not really wife, the leopard lady, where he was like, so, we got some time until this whole, ritual thing kicks off. Do you know anything about romance? I could give you a lecture on romance. Oh, you want a practical demonstration? A-okay. At least the hero at this point is not, our hero at least is not a virgin.
Do you think it's fun to have 6 legs and no matching socks?
Yes?
Do you think I enjoy running around frantically and stopping suddenly for no apparent reason?
Kids do that.
Do you think it's fun to look in the mirror and wish you had a giant fly swatter so you could commit suicide? Is that your idea of fun? You idiot! You! Forgive me, I'm just not myself lately.
Yeah, you're a roach. You are a pest. You are literally just a 6-legged pest.
This was once a very prosperous town before the swamp cut off the only passages in or out of here.
How long ago was that?
That is a very dangerous place. Do not even think of trying to break into it through the door. The last thief who tried that did not even get the door open. We found his toolkit lying beside the door, but we never found him.
So don't go in through the door, but you're not saying don't go in through other means.
You will need to be careful around him. He takes his job most seriously. I once offered him a bribe just as an offer of goodwill, and the man practically bit my head off. Shee, what a sore head.
Ah, yes, go in through the hexapod. Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, if the hexapod is anything like an octopus, I'm pretty sure there's a beak right in the center of all those wiggly little legs that'll just be like, oh yes, come on in. I am happy to see you. Here, let me help you through.
A strange man, a very strange man. No thief ever managed to break into his house unnoticed or steal anything from there.
Not surprising.
If you ever plan to stay at the inn or even just eat there, I would not recommend stealing from that place. The people there are suspicious of strangers anyway and would know who to blame.
You know, that's probably a good idea. That is a very good, very good comment.
Do you mean Nikolai? Yes, his would be an easy house from which to gain money. Be wary, though. The Burgomeister's bedroom is beside the house, and Dmitri watches out and listens for the old man.
Oh, okay.
That shop is very securely locked up at night. The only way to get into it would be to very literally break in the window, and that would attract unwanted attention.
Well, yeah, Burgomeister's
Do not
right
try
next
it
door.
unless you want to get caught.
Right. So cheerio. Have a good I don't know actually that's a good question. How long do
After some...
So yes, we actually have an exercise machine. I mean, we don't get like specific exercise.
Your legs are too stiff and sore to use.
We don't get specific exercise music, but we do get to increase our strength, which is pretty awesome. And apparently we increase our health.
Your legs are too... After some...
Yeah. After some rest, you feel better.
After some...
That's right.
There's only a certain amount of punishment your body can stand on any given day. Enough pain, enough gain for now. Try again tomorrow.
Right. Again tomorrow. So we have increased our strength by 10 points just by doing that. Now, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, in theory, we should be able to increase our strength up to 350. We should be able to increase our All right, we'll do it. We will do it, Stu. Ah.
Bad place. Very bad place. Go away. You'll be very sorry.
Oh, shut up. What do you know?
You straighten out your...
Nobody ever listened to Igor.
The hectopus. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a hectopus, not a hectopod. The hectopus has had the munchies ever since it got stoned. Ha ha. No, that was last game. Fortunately for it, but not for you, it occasionally gets its meals delivered right to the door. I know, right? It's just like, you saw 4 of the 6 tentacles coming towards you, and then just like, that was it. Alright, we need to get...
So, you are still around, are you? When are you leaving Modavia?
That's a good question. I don't really know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
This general store is cheery and well lit, thanks to the warm hearth. The first things that you notice are the cats. They seem to be everywhere.
Yes, they
Then you see the shopkeeper
abso-fucking-lute.
sitting on her rocking chair as she knits. She's a very, sturdy-looking woman.
So, you're the stranger in town. I've heard all about you already.
Wait, when you say all about me, what have you heard?
Yeah, polite, aren't you? And manners are as manners do, as my husband used to say. We'll see.
Right, your husband.
You can call me Olga. Mrs. Stovich is too formal after all. We don't welcome strangers here. They bring nothing but trouble. All the same, it's good to see a new face again.
Wait, so are you welcoming me or not? I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that we're on the same
The
page.
shopkeeper looks concerned when you make the thief sign.
I am sorry, but I don't have any medication for epileptics. Maybe Dr. Cranium could help you.
How do you know about epilepsy?
Let me see, what could you use? Well, besides my regular items like brooms and pens, I really don't have anything else for adventurers like yourself. I do have some lovely sandwiches you can use for rations.
Really?
Garlic, of course you'll need garlic. I've also got some oil you can use to keep the weapons and armor from rusting. And if you like sweets, I've got some yummy homemade candy. Although the garlic-flavored ones have all been purchased by now. I'll have to make some more. Oh, and a shopping bag to carry things in. I have a couple of those left.
You make garlic flavored candy. It does, again, I gotta say, garlic-flavored candy doesn't sound all bad. Depends on how much garlic versus how much sugar. I mean, hell, we make candy out of ginger. I mean, people make candy out of ginger.
3 twists of candy will cost you just 5 kopecks. The kids love them.
Ma'am, I'm not a child. I am a grown-ass fucking adult.
Oh, now garlic is a must-have item. It's just 25 kopecks for a bulb, and it will add flavor to any food.
Storekeeper looks around nervously for a moment, then continues.
You know, some say garlic also has medicinal and protective properties.
Are you trying to tell me that there are Are you trying to tell me there are vampires that I need to be careful of?
My husband always said I make the most interesting sandwiches. They're very good for you, and I only charge 50 kopecks each for them.
What kind of sandwiches are they? Can you tell me what the...
The shopping bag costs 50 kopecks. It is very useful for carrying your purchases or other large things.
So a shopping bag is the same... It's the same price as a sandwich.
A flask of household oil will cost you 100 kopecks. It's good for door streaks and can also be used to loosen up rusty wagon wheels. I can sell you a very nice large pie pan for 250 kopecks. I've always admired the men who can cook.
250 copper for a fucking pipe? For a pipe? Not even a pie! Not even a pie, just a pie pan!
You can purchase the hen broom for 350 kopecks. I'm sure you'll really clean up with it.
How are you pricing your stuff? This cannot be supply and demand.
What would you like to know about?
Can you tell me anything about the innkeeper's wife?
Yeah, Bella's a good woman. She's the one who really runs the inn. Her husband just gives orders. Someday she'll give Yuri a piece of her mind, and good for her. The things she puts up with. Bella, she was a pretty woman not long ago. Was not called Bella for nothing. Losing her only child really aged her. What a tragedy.
How much for your women? Your wife, your daughters, your children? Sell them to me. I want to buy them. Sell them to me. You have to love John Belushi in the Blues Brothers. Sorry, just gotta go with... How much for the women? Alright, how about the castle? What do you know about the castle?
The castle north of town was abandoned for many years. Then, some strangers moved in 4 years ago. No one knows what goes on there now. But it won't be for the good, I'll tell you.
Really? Do you know anything about werewolves? Like, should I be investing in a silver dagger as well?
Werewolves are gypsies, no question about it.
Romanis, thank you.
At night, eating anyone they can get.
Okay, so yes.
Nothing can kill a werewolf but silver or magic. So you be careful out in the woods at night, you hear me? The gypsy camp is not at all that far from here.
Hello, Gamers Grotto, and happy Easter to you as well. I have moved beyond even recognizing most holidays, honestly. It's like most holidays are like, they're kind of there in the back of my mind, but for the most part, I don't do much for them. So. I mean, I suppose it does make sense. We are essentially resurrecting our hero, because honestly, demon possession should result in death. So yeah, this was made back in the time period I think this one was back still in the 90s when, before there was kind of this campaign to make sure that people understood that, you know, the term gypsy is very, very racist and very, very, I don't know if it's so much racist versus... Is it racist versus culturalist? Yeah, it's for the most part these days you would want to say the Romani. They are Romani. They are not they are not, you know, yeah, it was a bad word. It was a slant in most of the Slavic nations against the people who were from Romania, that, well, they are all like, they're all cheats, they're all vagabonds, they're all thieves, they're all these bad things. Alright, what you gotta say about the monastery, lady?
That is a bad place, and you'd better have nothing to do with it. It is dangerous, and should have been torn down long ago. Many a stranger never came back after asking questions about it, so don't let your curiosity be the death of you.
Why not? Why can't? Why? Fine! Shop!
Yeah, my husband and myself had run the shop for many years. My husband passed on now, but I keep it just the way he liked it. A well-run shop is a busy shop, he always used to say.
Your husband?
Not very busy anymore, what with the swamp. But I try to keep it going the best I can. Mostly housewares, but a few items that might interest you.
Hey, I like housewares, okay? You know what? I do, yes.
First select...
Oh, shit. No, okay. Well, yes, we actually did need to buy a shopping bag. But we also need to buy we also need to buy rations. We also do need to buy a flask of oil. Sure, why not? Everybody is paranoid about fucking garlic. Alright. Now. Goodbye, Mrs. Shopkeeper. Or Olga. Sorry, Olga.
You be careful. We don't need you going around stirring up trouble, after all. I got enough as it is. If you do find something interesting, you let me know, of course, won't you?
I'm sorry, I thought I wasn't supposed to go stirring anything up.
Goodbye. Or, as my dear departed Boris used to say, may the winds blow fair at your back.
May the winds blow fair. Oh, right. I really don't want to get blown by any winds. I had enough of that in my second adventure. Ooh. A little bit of historical sounding music. So, all right, to the north is where. Oh, yes.
A heavy gate blocks the way to the winding road. Far in the distance, you can see a majestic castle.
Welcome to Modavia. It's nice to have some fresh blood around here. We so seldom see strangers.
Hi?
It is so difficult to get past the swamp which blocks the pass to and from the valley. We haven't had a stranger here since the rains created the swamp several years ago.
Okay. Several years ago. So now we know it was at least 3 years ago, if not longer ago. So it's been at least 3 years that this valley has been cut off.
You've obviously done quite a lot for one person. It will be interesting to see what you do around here.
I don't like to brag or anything, but I am pretty fucking impressive. Sorry, I just realized I have a black shirt on against a very, very lowly lit dark blue background. You're not going to see much. I mean, it's not like you're not going to see anything.
You adopt the traditional thief sign position, wiggling the fingers of your right hand and rubbing your belly with your left hand. No one seems particularly impressed.
Wait, is it this for this one? It may be this. This is the fifth one when they change it. It might be. I don't know. Hi.
I am Boris Stovich.
Boris Stovich. So, Olga Stovich. Olga, Mrs. Stovich is too formal. So Olga Stovich was talking about her dearly departed husband, Boris. I'm sorry, Boris, are you... Boris, I hate to be the one to ask you this. I know it's a rude question. I know it's a rude question. Are you dead? Are you dead?
This is the castle of the Boyars, the title of the rulers of Modavia. It once belonged to the Borgov family for generations, but the last Borgov has been dead for many, many years.
Dead or undead? Just look, I'm just gonna put it out on the line. You guys are fucking freaky. I'm pretty sure there are vampires around, which would make people undead. Undead vampires, the vampires who are undead typically live in castles. They typically are like the nobility of the land. What's going on here?
Modavia is the name of this valley and of the town. Even the inn is called the Hotel Modavia. The name means Dark Valley.
Hotel Modavia. I am pretty sure there is a song there. There is a song that just...
The heads of the Borgov family were the Boyars of Modavia for ages. The last Borgov disappeared at the time of darkness. No one knows what became of him.
Your eyes are very, very freaky, because he's like looking at us with one eye, and then one eye's like off over here. I don't think I want to know. What's the time of
It is
darkness?
bad luck to even speak of the time of darkness.
You brought it up!
Modavia was a safe and lovely land before that time. Much has changed since then, and for the worse.
You were the one that mentioned the time of darkness, dude, not me. I didn't know about the time of darkness before you said something. So you brought it up. Fucking answer the goddamn question. What is the time of darkness?
Boyars are rather like barons of other lands. They own the castle and protect everyone within their domain.
All right. Now, see, this is where I say that the fourth Quest for Glory game is a little out of place. Because the fourth Quest for Glory game kind of reminds me of the first. It's like, well, the boyars, well, they're kind of like barons in other lands. Spielberg. And so you have this idea of, the boyars or the barons or the boyars are cursed. There's something really, really wrong with them. Therefore, you have, it's this idea that, there is the ruling class who lives separate from the city in a castle. They've kind of secluded themselves and they're cursed, or they for one reason or another, they are not at their proper full capacity, at their full power. And you have to save them. Not to mention the fact that we're going to see a few familiar faces from the first Quest for Glory game. So, all right. So the Borgov family doesn't live there. Who does live in the castle?
I'm not certain who all lives in the castle. I so seldom see anyone from there. There's the master, of course. Then there's the strange foreigner. There's also the master's daughter, I believe, and some rather strange guards. Beyond that, I really can't say.
The master has a daughter.
I haven't actually seen the daughter, but I know the master is quite proud of her.
But, okay, who's the master?
The master desires privacy, and I respect that wish. As I always say, the will of the master is the shall of the servant. I wrote that.
Oh, so you write quotes. You write quotes.
He is an unpleasant sort, with a short beard and moustache, and a funny hat. He is rude when giving orders, and he has the habit of staring at a person and licking his lips. Most unsavory.
Okay, I have a small mustache and a very small beard. I mean, it spans the width of my face, but it is short and it is kind of like, detailed most of the time. But I do not have a funny hat. I am safe. I am not the foreigner, thank you.
I have only caught glimpses of them occasionally, but I don't think they are quite human. No matter. If a man does a good job, then whether he is a man does not matter.
How very forward-thinking of you.
I am the gatekeeper of Borgov Castle. Is it not true that he who guards the gates is the keystone speaker?
Not really.
This is the gate to Borgov Castle. You can see it in the distance behind
yes,
here.
Very beautiful.
I am here to make certain that only welcome guests may enter through here in the daytime. At night, this gate is guarded by huge necrotors, who make certain no one tries to enter without permission.
Okay.
The town of Modavia is to the east of here. Turn to the east as you leave and continue until your way is blocked by rocks. Then turn north and you will find the gates of the town.
Fantastic. Sounds... Right, so, goodbye.
Farewell. and may you find whatever you seek.
You got a quote for everything.
Goodbye, young man. May the fireplace be warm and the drink cold at your journey's end.
I'm not so sure about that. I mean, my journey's end kind of seems like we're, honestly kind of seems like it's gonna be, fucked. I mean, you guys are like fucking just, so I have to wonder, what are these rations? These avocado and garlic sandwiches are the strangest adventuring meals you've encountered. Still, they do last a long time and will keep you from starving to death. Of course, you may wish you'd starve to death if you have to eat them too often. They're not great sandwiches, is what...
Back again so soon.
I have got some... tell me about your husband. Tell me about your husband.
My sad departed.
No. I met somebody who goes by the name of Boris Stovich.
You tell Olga that the gatekeeper's name is Boris Stovich and ask if they're related.
Aha! So that's where the so-and-so went. Huh? Tell him he's a rotten no goodnik.
What?
Huh? That no I can't fool. If you see him again, tell him he's a lazy louse and a swamp scum besides.
You told me he died. Right? Yeah, it's like, ooh, hey.
As my lost husband used to say, may all your travels lead somewhere.
Oh no, Boris just like fucking up and left his fucking wife for some reason. Hi, I would like to rent
You
your...
entered a small but nicely furnished country inn. Stairs lead up to the guest bedroom. The floor is covered with sawdust and peanut shells. The barrel contains the few shells that managed to land in it.
Of course.
The innkeeper stares at you with an expression of fear and astonishment. It is several seconds before he speaks.
This is the Hotel Modavia. Rooms here are 15 kopecks for room and board. Pay for 1 week in advance. Your room will be the first room at the top of the stairs. When you want food in the morning or evening, just sit down over there by the door.
Pay the innkeeper for your room and board.
Thank you for your payment.
Did he just say 15 kopecks? 15 kopecks a week for room and board. And I can eat, so that covers breakfast and supper. How the fuck are they keeping... I'm paying 50 kopecks per avocado and fucking garlic sandwich. Why the fuck?
When the days are short,
how are they
and
staying
the
in
nights
business?
grow long, a friendly face is a welcome sign.
Oh dear God, Stu, this is beginning worse and worse with what you're saying. Like, oh my God, he does kind of sound like a creeper, doesn't he? Hi, what about your
My
wife?
wife has been gone for many years now.
Oh, so you're both telling random people that your wife, that your significant other is dead. I met Olga, you stupid lying fuck.
You tell Boris what Olga said about him. He blushes.
Olga was always opinionated. I grew tired of listening to her complain about me all the time.
You just told me she was dead, asshole.
My wife is...
Even after I'm like, no, I know your wife.
Goodbye,
I've met your
and
wife.
Good travel.
I've met your wife. And he's like, no, my wife's been My wife's dead. So
You
yeah,
grab
we can throw
grab-
rocks. We can also jump
Why?
in order to increase our agility and acrobatics and stuff like that. So yeah, we can actually do a lot of stuff. We can actually do... Hello, Mr. Eagle. Or Hawk. Hawk? I think it's a hawk. Alright. Olga! Baby doll! No.
Well now, what news do you have for me?
I want to tell you about your husband.
You tell Olga that Boris says she complains about him all the time.
All the time!
Well, if he'd ever been here to get his work done instead of spending all his time carousing at the inn, I wouldn't have had to complain. And you can tell him I said so, huh?
I absolutely will.
As my lost husband used to say, may all your travels lead somewhere.
Your husband's not lost. I can literally take you to your husband right now. I'm heading to your husband right now. I can take you there. Don't pretend that he's some long lost, he's either dead or like, no, nobody knows where my husband is. I know where he is. He's right fucking here.
Welcome again.
Hi.
It is so good to speak with you as always. The woods around here seem almost frightening at times.
All right, Stu,
When
you have a
arrive,
good night.
I know it is only my
As always, thank you for
imagination
being
that makes
here.
me nervous.
Yeah. I think I'm going to kind of go between Boris and, I think we're going to go between Boris and Olga, try and finish up their stuff, and then that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Tell him that Olga thinks he was too lazy.
Lazy? What was there to do in a shop with no customers? Once the swamp cut off trade here, we had nothing to sell. I had nothing to do there, so just because I would sit at the inn and talk with the other men, she thought I was lazy. All she ever did was sit around and give me orders when I was in the shop. What was the point of dusting if no one came in the shop to notice the dust?
You would notice the dust? Oh my god.
Farewell.
Oh my god, are you really fucking telling me that your whole thing is, why do any work if there's nobody coming in? Why not just sit at the inn with the other guys and drink all day? 'Cause holy fuck, you are just, oh my god, worst husband ever. Well, okay, maybe not worst husband ever.
Well now, what news do you have for me?
There are a lot worse husbands. There are a lot worse husbands.
You tell Olga that Boris didn't like being ordered around all the time.
Who would?
I wouldn't have had to order him around if he would only have done his work. I just wanted the shop to be neat and clean in case anyone came in. How does he expect me to do all the work around here by myself? This was his family's business after all.
Okay, I gotta correct my last statement. I have to correct my last statement. There,
Good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my husband used to say.
there are quite a few people that absolutely do love getting ordered around. There are full-on communities built around the whole boss me around and treat me like a little bitch. So yeah, it does
Good
have.
day and welcome back.
Hi,
Have you been enjoying your adventures around here?
I'm playing messenger between you and your wife. You tell me.
You tell Boris that Olga is having trouble running the shop without him.
There is much to do to keep the shop straightened up. My family
Yeah.
always worked together to keep it going before.
And you ran
If only
away.
Olga wouldn't nag me all the time. She and I used to enjoy running the shop when we actually had things to sell. What is the point of even running a shop when there is no business?
Dude, you're the one that you're the one that fucking ran away.
May
Okay?
the sun and the moon keep watch.
Yeah, fuck you and your son, and I don't even want to talk about your moon because I'm pretty sure it's going to be wrinkled and puckered, and you've been sitting for a while, so it's probably going to be very, very, very red and not in a good way. Not that there's necessarily a good way for your pucker to be red, but you know what I mean.
Hello. Do you have any news?
Yes, I have a new message from Boris.
Tell Olga that Boris doesn't see any reason to keep the shop open when there's nothing left to sell.
No business. Huh. You just tell that man about my avocado and garlic sandwiches. People come in and buy them all the time.
Yes, Boris, Boris, your wife is doing avocado and garlic sandwiches, and they're the worst fucking thing ever. They are toxic. They give you the shits. They are fucking horrible. Dear gods, go back to the shop, tell her to fucking stop, and let us all live without diarrhea for a change.
Yeah, good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my husband used to say.
Dear gods, how much back and forth do we have to fucking do here? Like, oh my god. What time is it? What time is it? It's getting on towards evening. It is getting on towards evening, but it's not nighttime yet. The sun has not set yet. Hi.
Welcome again. It is so good to speak with you as always. The woods around here seem almost frightening at times. When you arrive, I know it is only my imagination that makes me nervous.
Yes, thank you, Bella. I mean, Boris.
You tell Boris about Olga's avocado and garlic sandwiches.
Would you like what
How I used to love her avocado and garlic sandwiches.
Really?
We had them on our wedding night, you know. You should
Why?
have seen the garlic and avocado flowers decorating our wedding cake. Oh, beautiful. And she baked the cake herself. Oh, she always was a good cook. You remind me of how much I miss my wife. I shall go back and visit her.
Were the flowers made of, like, cream, like, mashed up, like, pureed avocado and garlic, or were they icing flowers, like sugary flowers that just looked like that were like green and kind of like this écru
Goodbye and
to look like they were to look like they were made of avocado and garlic, cuz oh my god, avocado and garlic flowers on a wedding cake sound particularly awful. Like that sounds like straight up fucking poison. All right, Olga.
You again?
Yeah.
Heard anything interesting lately?
Well, actually, your husband is like. Oh, I can't even talk to her about her. I can't even talk to her about her husband now. Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my husband used to say.
So Boris is gonna be back with his wifey, and we are going to save, because that is where we are going to end for today. That is a very good spot to end. We have introduced the land of Modavia. We have solved one person's problem. We have solved two people's problem. Well, two people's problem. It was actually really just one problem. It was getting a husband and wife back together when they're telling everybody around town apparently that the other one has died, which was untrue. It was just they kind of split, and yeah, I think Boris and Olga have a good, long-standing relationship that can stand the test of time. God damn it! And if I have to raise the rest of Moldavia to the ground in order to prove that they can make it last, I will do it, god damn you. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to press the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to press the subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live or when we upload videos or anything like that, make sure to ring the bell. But also, check out the social media links down below. The Facebook page, the Twitter account, the Discord channel, the Trovo account, where Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I live stream at 2 p.m. Central Time. Currently going through Cyberpunk 2077, though I do not think, I don't know if we're going to necessarily stream tomorrow because I do need to do taxes for myself and for my mother. So that may kind of take place of our streaming for tomorrow. If you want to help the channel grow and help the channel prosper, there are 2 links down below. One to our Patreon page where people like where people like Pretty Wolves help us out on a monthly basis. There's also one-time donation places, a one-time donation link to our Ko-fi page where you can donate just a one-time thing. You don't have to worry about a subscription or anything like that. All of this so that you can both help us out and stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!